Ferrari has changed 99% of its car for 2025. Will it be enough to win the title? Before I explain it to you, tell me in the comments. Do you think Ferrari will finally be able to overtake Red Bull this year? Because this time, the Scuderia has made radical decisions that could change everything. Will these improvements work, or will they still be behind? Ferrari has made an unprecedented decision in current Formula One, implementing a pull rod suspension scheme on both front and rear axles. This change not only affects the dynamics of the car, but also has a profound impact on aerodynamics and overall performance on track. At the front, the pull rod design allows the upper arm attachment points to be located at a 90-degree angle to the chassis. This significantly reduces interference with the air flows traveling towards the side pods, allowing more efficient management of the aerodynamic flow. Furthermore, by lowering the position of the suspension mechanisms, the car's center of gravity is reduced, which improves stability in high-speed corners. At the rear, the pull rod concept has been implemented with a clear aerodynamic focus. By lowering the shock absorber mounts and compacting the suspension structure, Ferrari has achieved a cleaner and more efficient design of the diffuser and beam wing. This means that the airflow towards the rear of the car is less turbulent and more stable, resulting in better downforce generation without increasing drag. Historically, pull rod suspension has been used in Formula One for specific purposes. In the case of the SF-25, its implementation has two fundamental purposes: to optimize aerodynamic balance and improve mechanical stability in fast corners. Reducing the height of the suspension components also contributes to reducing the weight on the top of the car, which helps to reduce roll and improve response in quick changes of direction. Suspension design is key to the interaction with the tires. One of Ferrari's recurring challenges in previous seasons has been inconsistent tire management, a problem that affected its performance in races with high degradation. With this new setup, the team is seeking a better distribution of loads on the tires, reducing uneven wear and improving the car's ability to maintain a consistent pace throughout the stints. Beyond the technical improvements, this bet represents an important strategic change. Ferrari has opted for a different path to that of its main rivals, who have maintained more conventional configurations. This approach could give it a competitive advantage on circuits where aerodynamic stability and efficiency in fast corners are decisive. However, the real challenge will be to make this philosophy work on all the circuits on the calendar, including those with low-speed sections where the suspension plays a crucial role in traction and stability under braking. The philosophy behind the SF-25 is clear. Every detail counts, and the re-engineering of the suspension is a key part of the package of improvements designed by Ferrari for the 2025 season. Loic Serra, the team's technical director, has put it bluntly: every thousandth counts, and you can only win by improving every detail. With this mindset, Ferrari has pushed its development to the limit, confident that this evolution will allow it to reduce the gap with Red Bull and McLaren. Now, the big question is whether this gamble will yield the expected results on track. The first tests in Bahrain will be crucial to determine whether theory translates into real and consistent performance. Ferrari has taken the aerodynamic evolution of the SF-25 to the extreme, refining every surface of the car to maximize airflow efficiency and generate the greatest possible downforce without compromising top speed. The design of the car for the 2025 season focuses on improving three key areas: the side pods, the floor, and the cooling system. One of the most visible changes is the redesign of the side pods, which now feature a more pronounced overbite-shaped air intake compared to its predecessor. This modification, which began to be implemented in the 2024 Imola update, has been optimized to improve the channeling of air towards the middle and rear of the car. Ferrari has incorporated a curved upper spoiler over the side pods that generates high-energy vortices, helping to maintain airflow stability and improve aerodynamic efficiency in high-speed corners. The cooling system has also undergone a thorough overhaul. The radiators have been miniaturized and relocated, allowing the width of the body to be reduced in the midsection. This change is crucial for two reasons. Firstly, it reduces aerodynamic drag, which improves top speed on straights. Secondly, it allows for a cleaner flow of air towards the rear of the car, optimizing the performance of the diffuser and beam wing. According to Enrico Cardile, Ferrari's head of aerodynamics, this approach prioritizes the efficient management of the flow under the car, as this is where the greatest amount of downforce is generated. The floor of the SF-25 is another of the aspects most worked on by the Maranello team. Although official images hide key details, internal sources have revealed that the car incorporates corrugated baffles on the underside. These deflectors are designed to accelerate the air and maintain an optimal seal from the ground effect. which translates into greater stability in fast corners and less downforce loss on uneven surfaces. In addition, the side floor fences have been modified to include exposed corners that generate secondary vortices. This solution aims to reinforce the aerodynamic seal and improve the efficiency of the airflow under the car. The balance between aerodynamic efficiency and downforce is a determining factor in the performance of a Formula One car. Ferrari has worked on reducing aerodynamic drag without sacrificing the ability to generate downforce in high-speed corners. One of the main challenges has been to find the ideal compromise between the design of the front wing, side pods, and rear diffuser. If any of these elements generate unnecessary turbulence, the overall performance of the car is affected. The interaction between the pull rod suspension and aerodynamics is another fundamental point in the design philosophy of the SF-25. By reducing the height of the suspension components, Ferrari has managed to release a cleaner airflow towards the rear of the car, optimizing the performance of the diffuser. This solution also contributes to reducing the phenomenon of porpoising, a problem that has affected several teams since the introduction of the ground effect regulations in 2022. The aerodynamics of the SF-25 have not only been designed for the 2025 season, but also lay the foundations for the 2026 regulations. Ferrari has placed particular emphasis on airflow efficiency and component compaction, two factors that will be key when the new regulations come into force that will limit downforce and increase reliance on electric power. Each of these changes reflects Ferrari's commitment to extreme evolution within the margins of the current regulations. The big question is whether this design philosophy will be enough to close the gap with Red Bull and McLaren. The first tests in Bahrain will be decisive in evaluating whether the SF-25 can maintain its downforce in all types of conditions and circuits. Ferrari has carried out an internal restructuring of the SF-25 with the aim of optimizing the balance of the car and improving its performance in all phases of the race. This approach not only responds to the need to make the car more aerodynamically efficient, but also to maximize stability and response under braking, acceleration, and changes of direction. Every adjustment to the layout of the components has been designed to reduce energy losses and improve the efficiency of the aerodynamic flow. One of the most notable changes is the shifting of the driver's position back by 2 centimeters. At first glance, this modification may seem minimal, but it has significant implications for the car's dynamics. By shifting the center of gravity, loads are redistributed between the front and rear axles, which improves stability under heavy braking and helps to minimize weight transfer in corners. This allows the car to maintain more predictable behavior and reduces irregular tire wear, a problem that Ferrari has faced in previous seasons. This change has been made possible by a redesign of the gearbox, which is now more compact and lighter. Ferrari has worked in collaboration with Haas to develop a structure that maintains torsional rigidity without adding unnecessary weight. The reduction in the size of the gearbox has allowed other elements at the rear of the car to be reorganized, facilitating a progressive narrowing of the bodywork from the side pods to the diffuser. This not only improves aerodynamic efficiency, but also allows for better airflow to the beam wing, helping to maximize downforce at the rear of the car without compromising top speed. The fuel tank has also been relocated to improve weight distribution. Ferrari has redesigned its internal structure to make it more compact and efficient, reducing the impact of the change in mass of the fuel as it is consumed during the race. This is crucial to ensure that the car maintains a stable balance at different phases of the Grand Prix, avoiding abrupt variations in chassis response as the car becomes lighter. Another key aspect of the SF-25's internal redesign is the reorganization of the battery and electronic systems. Ferrari has worked on miniaturizing the electrical components and improving their layout inside the car to reduce aerodynamic drag and improve rear airflow efficiency. This adjustment also has implications for the car's thermal management, as it allows for better temperature control of the energy recovery systems, optimizing power delivery in acceleration phases. The energy recovery system has been optimized within the limits of the current regulations. Although the power unit has been frozen since 2022, Ferrari has worked on improving the efficiency of the ERS to extract the maximum possible performance on each lap. Optimizing the delivery of electrical power allows for better traction at the exit of corners and greater efficiency in energy management on long straights, where top speed is a determining factor. Each of these changes has been designed to maximize the overall efficiency of the SF-25 and prepare it not only for the 2025 season, but also for the transition to the 2026 regulations. Ferrari is laying the foundations for a more compact, aerodynamically efficient and weight-optimized car, with the intention of closing the gap with its main rivals. The big question is how this new mass distribution will behave in real race conditions. The interaction between the aerodynamics, suspension and mechanics of the SF-25 will have to be validated on track to see if these changes manage to translate into a tangible competitive advantage. The first test in Bahrain will be the key stage to assess whether Ferrari has found the right formula to challenge Red Bull and McLaren in 2025. The Ferrari SF-25 does not represent a revolution in absolute terms, but it is an extreme evolution of its predecessor. Each of the changes implemented reflects a development philosophy in which every small detail has been optimized to the maximum within the limits of the current regulations. The key question is whether this evolution will be enough to challenge Red Bull and McLaren in the fight for the 2025 championship. The modifications to the pull rod suspension, unprecedented on both axles within the current grid, aim to offer a significant aerodynamic and mechanical advantage. The redistribution of mass and the redesign of the internal architecture aim to improve stability under braking and the efficiency of the aerodynamic flow. The changes to the aerodynamics, with more aggressive side pods, an optimized cooling system and a floor designed to maximize ground effect, show that Ferrari has left no aspect unchecked. But the key to success does not only lie in the engineering of the car. The arrival of Lewis Hamilton represents a change in the internal dynamics of the team. His experience in the development of cars with complex dynamic balance, together with the natural speed of Charles Leclerc, could make the difference in a season where consistency will be essential. The performance of the SF-25 will need to be validated on track, and the first tests in Bahrain will be the first major indicator of the car's real potential. Ferrari's ability to maintain downforce in different conditions, the efficiency of tire management and overall reliability will be key factors in the fight for the championship. The big question is whether this evolution will be enough to close the gap to Red Bull and McLaren. Can Ferrari finally return to the top of Formula One? Leave your opinion in the comments and subscribe to not miss the full analysis of the SF-25's performance in the first tests of the season.